In this video, we will show you how to replace your front bumper impact bar on this Honda Civic. This will be located behind your front bumper cover. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing we have to do is safely raise and support the front of the vehicle so we can make our way directly under the front. Now from underneath the vehicle, we're going to start separating the grille panel from the lower splash shield. This is going to be held in place with two 10mm headed mounting bolts, one on each side, and then also several push clips making their way across the center. Let's start with the push clips. For each one of our push clips, you want to carefully start removing the center. I'm going to be using a trim tool. You can use pretty much anything as a small prying device, even a flat blade screwdriver. Now on our vehicle, it looks as though one of our mounting bolts has already been replaced. Typically the 10mm bolt will be up through this port here, leading up towards that body of the vehicle. This looks like it's an 8mm, so I'm removing this. Okay, let's make our way over to the other side of the vehicle. You're going to find that you have two more push clips, one on one side of the vehicle, the same on the other side. We'll dislodge those. Now with all that out of place, let's head towards the corner of the vehicle just in front of our front tire. We're going to find another push clip. Now that we have that separated, we're making our way up inside the wheel well area here so we can start dislodging the fender liner from this area of the bumper cover. Typically for this, you should be able to just pull it aside. We're going to gently flex this out of the way so we can gain access up along the top corner of the bumper cover leading to the fender. In this area, you're going to find a small Phillips head mounting screw. Go ahead and remove that. We'll tug on the bumper cover, removing it from the fender. There we are. Let's pause on this side of the vehicle. Repeat this exact same process on the other side of the vehicle. Once you've done that, make your way up inside the engine compartment. Now we've completed both sides. We're back up along the front of the engine compartment. We're going to start dislodging the bumper cover and upper grille from our upper panel here. This is held in place with 4 push clips, so we're just going to start removing those. Of course, removing the center first to unlock it, and then remove the outer portion as well. Just make sure you're holding onto that bumper cover, pressing it rearward towards the vehicle itself so it does not fall off and potentially get damaged. Let's take hold of that bumper cover and remove it from the vehicle. With the front bumper cover out of the way, we can start removing our front bumper impact absorber. This is just a foam piece that you can typically take from the bottom, start rolling it away. Up along the top, it has hooked ridges. We want to lift it up and away from that impact bar. With that out of the way, let's have a look along the back side of our impact bar here. We're going to find our air temp sensor. This is going to be mounted in 2 areas. We have one clip down along the bottom here and one up along the top, just for that wiring harness. For this, I'm going to pry it out of place. I'm using a trim tool, but you can use pretty much anything, even a flat blade screwdriver. There's that one. And there's the next one. Now with the wiring harness dislodged, we're just going to have a look along this area. We can see that there's a plastic air diverter panel. We need to dislodge it from that impact bumper. For this, I'm just going to use a flat blade screwdriver. I'm going to try to make my way in between. We should be able to pry it out. Go ahead and do the same on the other side. Before we start removing our impact bar, let's apply some support underneath the center here. Now we don't need very much pressure. Let's continue on to the mounting hardware. Along each side of the impact bar, you're going to find that you have 4 12mm headed mounting bolts to remove. We'll start with one in the upper corner here. We'll fully remove it. I like to start it back in just a couple threads. We'll continue on to all others. There's that one. Just start it back in there a couple threads like I mentioned. Let's continue on. Let's do the same on the other side of the vehicle. Okay, I finished the other side. We're going to remove our last mounting bolt here. Of course, we do have support under this. To remove this, we're going to have to gently lift it up. It has a couple locking hooks along each side, so we just want to go up and then slide it out and away from the vehicle. Now it's time to install our impact bar. Before we do so, let's just have a quick look along the back side. There's one thing that we want to pay attention to along each side of the impact bar. You're going to have a rectangular port for the small hooked area on your bumper bracket to slide into. This is on both sides of the vehicle. It's time for all 8 of those mounting bolts, 4 along each side. They're all started in. Let's snug them up. The torque for each of these will be 25 foot-pounds. Remove support. Let's have a look along the back side of that impact bar. We're going to resecure this plastic panel here. It just fits into the slots along the back side of the impact absorber. Should slide right in there. Now it's time for our wiring harness here. Press that in. We'll make sure that the sensor is properly secured as well. We don't want that moving around where it could potentially get damaged. It's time to install the impact absorber. When installing this, there's a couple things we'll pay attention to here along the backside. We have an alignment tab that will fit into the lower circular port. Other than that, up along the top area of that impact pad, you're going to find that it has a hooked area that will slide up and over this impact bumper. So we're going to take this and we'll roll it, starting from the top, pressing it inward, and then we can roll it down, aligning those alignment tabs as well. You may have to move this side to side. Once it's aligned, it should press in. Okay, now it's time for installation of our front bumper cover. Let's start bringing this into position. As we bring it over, pay attention along the bottom of the headlamp. That's where the bumper cover needs to sit, directly above the bracket here. Aside from that, we have our upper grille assembly. That's going to go underneath this upper cover. Start sliding it in. Align each side of the bumper cover as you continue pressing it, lining it up. With that settled in, we're holding the bumper cover up against the vehicle. Continue on with your locking pins up along the top here. Just go ahead and press in the outer portion, lock them in with the center. We want to make sure we have that fender liner going behind the front bumper cover. Now underneath the corner of the front bumper cover and the fender liner, it's time to start installing our plastic push clips holding the two together. Can flex things as necessary. Let's continue on making our way across. During the removal process, our vehicle was missing several push pins, so we're just installing as many as possible, making our way all the way over.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.